When my childhood friend Liam first awakened his werewolf nature, his friend called me over to help him ease the symptoms. But Liam said, I really don't want to give her the satisfaction. We werewolves are the most loyal in love. Whoever we mark for the first time becomes our lifelong soulmate. Even if Arya begs to help me when she gets here, I'll have to resist. But no matter how long he waited, I never showed up. He didn't know that his brother's bodyguard had been blowing up my phone. Miss Arya, the young master has long considered you his only mate. Please, could you come and give him a kiss? It turns out that 5 years ago, when I had a fatal skiing accident and fell into a ravine, his brother saved me by marking me and sharing half of his werewolf lifespan, snatching me back from the clutches of death. Late that night, I wrapped my arms around his brother's neck and coaxed, Declan, don't hold back. Tell me, how many years have you been secretly in love with me? Liam's family all had the werewolf gene. After turning 20, they would go into heat every full moon. Whoever they marked for the first time would become their lifelong soulmate. I thought the person Liam wanted to mark was definitely me. But when he first awakened his werewolf nature, his friend called me over to help him ease the symptoms. Instead, I overheard Liam saying irritably outside the private room, I really don't want to give Arya the satisfaction. I want to pursue the campus beauty, but she's not an easy girl. Unlike Arya, who's like an eager puppy, always at my beck and call. When she gets here, even if she begs to help me, I'll have to resist. I don't want to sleep with her and end up tied to her for life, completely under her thumb. Standing outside the room, my mind went blank. I never imagined that Liam, who had grown up with me, saw me this way. His friends, always quick to jump on the bandwagon, all laughed. So in your eyes, she's just a plaything. Why don't I call and tell her not to come? Save her from taking advantage of you tonight and trying to climb the social ladder through your bed. To be honest, I think you get what you pay for. But Liam stopped his friend from making the call, saying uncomfortably, forget it. If we tell her not to come now, what will she think? Even if she's just a plaything, she's the one I've spoiled since childhood. I can't bear to hurt her feelings. When she gets here, I'll see if I can resist touching her. There are some things I don't want to spell out. This is a good opportunity to let her see things clearly. At that moment, I wanted to burst in and shout at Liam, you can't bear to hurt my feelings, yet you compare me to an eager puppy in front of your friends, letting them mock and belittle me? You don't deserve my infatuation. But I held back. Why waste words on someone who doesn't cherish me? I turned and fled the scene, telling myself not to cry. After some thought, I called his brother's bodyguard. Remember how you begged me to help ease Liam's brother's symptoms? Do you still need that now? Send me the address. I'll be right there. Half an hour earlier, the bodyguard had called to tell me a truth Liam had deliberately concealed. Miss Arya, do you remember 5 years ago when the young master took you skiing and you unfortunately fell into a ravine? The older young master led us on a rescue mission. We searched for 3 days and nights before finding you buried in the snow, frozen like an ice sculpture. You had no pulse at the time. The older young master told his brother that werewolves could share half their lifespan with their mate through a blood ritual on the full moon night. The blood ritual is another form of marking. Once performed, they would consider that person their lifelong soulmate. But the younger master wasn't willing to do it, yet he couldn't bear to let you die like that. He held you and cried uncontrollably. In the end, it was the older master who saved you. You were very lucky. It happened to be a full moon night. To save you, the older master performed the blood ritual and shared half his lifespan with you. But in doing so, he also marked you, committing to you as his soulmate for life. The younger master begged his brother not to tell you about this. For the past 5 years, every full moon night, the older master has endured alone, never bothering you, and strictly forbidding anyone from revealing the blood ritual to you. But tonight he really can't bear it anymore. He's been severely injured and is fighting for his life. With the full moon, he won't make it through without you. Please, could you come and help him? At that moment, my mind went blank. I never imagined that I had actually died once 5 years ago. Liam, who had cherished me since childhood, wasn't willing to sacrifice half his lifespan to save me. Instead, it was his cold-faced brother who had snatched me back from death's grasp. But I still hardened my heart and told the bodyguard, I'm sorry, but Liam needs me more tonight. I was willing to be ungrateful just to rush over and help Liam, only to be mocked by him as an eager puppy, a mere plaything. Yes, I was truly pathetic. I deserved to be treated so cheaply, but I won't debase myself anymore. I wiped away my tears of hurt and humiliation, gripping my phone tightly as I told the bodyguard, is it too late to repay this life-saving debt now? If Lucas absolutely needs me tonight, I'll go right now. I'll give it my all. The bodyguard wept with joy. It's not too late, not at all. Miss Arya, I'll send you the location right away. If the young master wasn't critically injured and facing a full moon night, I would never have dared to disobey his orders and reveal this to you. The family rules are very strict. I understood. Lucas probably just wanted to save my life, nothing more. He didn't want me clinging to him, and I just wanted to repay his kindness for saving my life. It wasn't because Liam had broken my heart, and I was running into his brother's arms, but I never expected that when I rushed to the VIP ward at the hospital, I would see Fiona, the campus beauty, standing outside the room, desperate to get in. Let me in, quick. Isn't it a full moon night? How do you know Mr. Declan doesn't need me? Declan, just let me in to help you, please. I suddenly found it amusing. Liam said Fiona wasn't an easy girl, yet here she was, offering herself to his brother. The bodyguards who had refused to let Fiona in immediately opened the door when they saw me, tears in their eyes. Miss Arya, you're finally here. Please, come in. The young master truly needs you tonight. Envy and hatred distorted Fiona's face. She shrieked hysterically. Why does Arya get to go in? Declan got hurt so badly just to save her. She's nothing but bad luck. How dare you let her in? I froze for a moment. Saved me again? What did that mean? The ward was already in chaos. I saw Declan lying shirtless on the bed, his face flushed, short hair damp with sweat. His fingertips curled tightly from the surging heat, and the thick white bandages on his back were soaked through with bright red blood. The doctor stood nearby, shouting urgently, "For heaven's sake, stop resisting. I'm begging you, find a woman to help you quickly. The bandages we just changed are soaked through again. How much blood do you think you have left to endure this torment? It's a full moon night. The werewolf blood is raging far beyond normal levels, and your blood's ability to clot has failed. Even the best hemostatic drugs I've given you aren't working. We need to find a way to ease the surging heat in your body now, or you might bleed to death tonight. Where is this girl you say can save the young master? When will she arrive?" The bodyguards standing by the bed had already seen me. They bowed deeply to me with respect and gratitude. "Doctor, she's here." At these words, the man lying on the bed, enduring his private hell, suddenly opened his eyes. A pair of intimidating dark red eyes, cold yet dazzling, held back the surging, intense desire as they fell unexpectedly on my face, surprised and annoyed. "Who called her here? Take her away." The bodyguard bowed and said, "Young master, it was me. I'll accept any punishment as long as Miss Arya can help ease your symptoms tonight. Besides, you were injured this time trying to save Miss Arya again. You've risked your life twice to save her without taking credit. You might not feel wronged, but we truly feel it on your behalf." I secretly observed the imposing man lying on the bed. Although Liam and I were childhood friends, I had always avoided Declan like the plague, because he was known as the living incarnation of the Grim Reaper. Even the most arrogant troublemakers became meek in his presence. It was an absolute domination of methods and aura. I usually tried to avoid him at all costs when I saw him. Now, this man who struck fear into everyone's hearts was clutching the bedsheets, his feet involuntarily curling as he tried to resist. Every part of his body radiated heat waves, his passionate breathing becoming more and more evident. The contrast was so strong, it was captivating. A beautiful man in repose, mesmerizing. "However, you say he was severely injured because of me again?" The bodyguard was about to speak, but Declan cut him off harshly. "Shut up. Try saying one more word." Then he switched to a gentle yet distant tone to address me. "Arya, leave. I don't need you here." The bodyguard, risking his life, said, "Young master, stop pretending. You won't win a wife by being stubborn. Your mouth is the toughest part of you, but your heart is as soft as putty. Whenever Miss Arya is in danger, you'd risk your life, even rush into a fire to save her. Do you think we're blind?"